And here on India Today, we will continue to get you the voices of the braves, the families of the braves, as they are honored and saluted by the country. You will always get those voices here on India Today. Now, shifting away from the Rashtrapati Bhavan coverage, let's tell you also that ahead of President Vladimir Putin's arrival in India in a few days from now on an official visit, the Ministry of Defense of India is all set to clear a long-delayed joint project to manufacture hundreds of thousands of AK-203 Kalashnikov assault rifles as part of a joint venture facility in Amethi in Uttar Pradesh. Now we're hearing that the Ministry of Defense's Defense Acquisition Council will very shortly take a view on something that's been hanging fire. And this multi-thousand crore project, which is basically a joint venture between India and Russia, will look to manufacture lakhs of these rifles for the Indian Army's infantry forces at a facility in Amethi in pole-bound Uttar Pradesh. So you can even do the math on the political significance of such a large job-generating facility coming up just a few months before elections in the big state of Uttar Pradesh. Just a few months ago, in fact, in 2019, I happened to visit Moscow, where I had a chance to get AK-203, a rifle that will soon become a standard part of the firearms given to India's infantry forces. Take a look at this report I filed on the Kalashnikov AK-203.
The basic minimum when it comes to the army in the field. This is the weapon he depends on. You are probably familiar with the AK-47, perhaps the most recognized assault rifle in the world. Variants of the legendary Kalashnikov rifle have been a mainstay for decades in the Indian Army. The other weapon that has been widespread but problematic use is the infantry's small arms system, or INSAS, recognizable by its signature orange stock and grip sections. But the truth is bitter one. For decades now, the army has not managed to induct a fully satisfactory assault rifle in large numbers. Comfortable that it has chosen a solid, no-nonsense firearm for its frontline troops. But if the INSAS and AK-47s are to bow out, what replaces them? And more importantly, when? The weapon that will be adopted in the largest numbers is this one, called AK-203, which is in fact a derivative of the old AK-47 itself. Much more modern and fine-tuned for updated combat. Nearly 7 lakh of these are to be built in UP's Amethi district as part of a joint venture between Russia's Kalashnikov and India's Ordnance Factory Board. The Indian Army chief has signalled that after years in suspense, the India-Russia deal is all set to be signed very soon.
All-round development has taken place. We have signed a number of contracts in the last year. And these range from weapons and protective gear for the infantry, to the mechanized forces, to fire support elements, long-range vectors, engineer stores and equipment, communication equipment.
Now, what the Indian Army wants is for this particular weapon, a pretty worthy successor of the old AK-47 to become a standard assault rifle infantry weapon for the infantry units of the Indian Army. One of the special things about this weapon, we're told, is that it has a special capability barrel. It has retrospective compatibility with many of the systems, including the magazines and ammunition of the old AK-47s. Remember, India's Rashtriya Rifles units and infantry regiments are one of the largest users in the world of the Kalashnikov series of rifles.
The legendary AK-47 will give way to its newest avatar, with the deal all set to be signed in the next few weeks. It is likely that the first new rifles will begin entering service next year. India's soldiers deserve the most reliable weapons, and the AK-203, which is to be manufactured in huge numbers, should meet all combat requirements in the field. Bureau Report, India Today.